The Germans are charging across the battlegrounds, hailing from Suplex City.
The Dropkick.
We are back. We've taken a flight from Japan where we forgot our notepads to cover Beast in the East, but don't worry, we're here to cover Battleground. I am Matthew Kershaw, joined by Carl Shimon.
You are indeed. My name is Carl Shimon. This is wrestling, like you've never felt it before.
This is not wrestling, this is sports entertainment, damn it.
I thought they'd moved away from that.
Nope, it's sports entertainment.
I thought they'd moved away to just like entertain. I was reading on some fucking paste bin, I think, some commentator like guideline notes or something from a couple of years ago, and I thought they'd moved away from that.
That was recent, those leaks of the commentator's notes, and no, it's all sports entertainment, it's not wrestling.
Yeah, I knew why the leaks were recent, but I thought the notes were out of date or something.
No, that's why when you look at like the notes and stuff, and even like the commentary team, where they're like, if you look at Randy Orton, you would build a sports entertainment company around him.
Yeah, those notes they're worth checking out if you can, because they're pretty interesting.
Yeah, speaking of strange and weird, how about we cover Battlegrounds with the pre-show match between King Barrett against R-Truth.
Where do you find these matches? I didn't watch.
The winner gets King Barrett's King of the Ring crown.
I thought this was Raw or something. I remember seeing tweets about it, but I couldn't find it somehow. I seem to avoid it again.
May as well have been Raw, because I don't remember anything of it other than Barrett wins with a bullhammer.
That's, how many stars? 5?
I didn't even rate it. I think I tune out.
Unrated. Now. Uncensored. Uncut.
Yep. I wish that the next match had been cut, because it was boring.
Randy Orton has mastercrafted legs. Seriously.
Randy Orton. What about Sheamus, though?
Sheamus is why I would never be a wrestler. You can almost see through him. You can see reflection in the sheen of his pale skin.
Casper the Ghost is actually jealous of how white he is.
There was some fantastic camera shaking when Sheamus got thrown into the barricade. I had to appreciate. I love it when you can't see the actual move happening. Because it can't look bad, can it?
Well, let me run through. So it's Randy Orton against Sheamus for no reason. The commentary team start talking about how they compared shoe sizes, and they start talking about how Sheamus is a bigger man. And I was like, yeah, you can't make dick references any like more subtle than this.
Yeah.
My first note here is just Sheamus has the Money in the Bank. Oh yeah.
Does he?
Yeah, I've watched fucking every Monday Night Raw, and I keep forgetting that he has the Money in the Bank.
Don't they like tell you every like 15 minutes though? You know.
Yeah, that's how uninterested I am when Sheamus is on screen. I tune out.
Yeah.
It's no wonder they remind you every 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, Sheamus has a nose ring. The commentary team point out, and then they try to explain why these two are feuding, and it comes down to this quote: "These two just don't seem to like each other."
Well, that's like the basis of all wrestling, ultimately, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't have many notes for this match. I have JBL saying pro wrestling at one point.
I didn't hear that, but if I would have wrote it down too.
I'm sure they dubbed it out of the network version and replaced it with JBL shouting Maggle.
It is entirely possible. There was some audio shitness, at least at the start of this thing. Were they recording somewhere different? Or were they hosted somewhere different? Because just the weird things like the mat sounded like very echoey early on. I didn't seem to notice it later, or maybe I got used to it.
I don't know.
It was weird.
But yeah, I don't have many notes for here. I have a note here that says Stone Cold will be proud because at one point Orton hits a DDT and Sheamus sells it like he's dead, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar guy was in the crowd.
Was that the dude with the little cutout of his face?
No,
or someone else.
Brock Lesnar dude. I don't know when it started, but he's one of those fans that he goes to like big pay-per-views or Raws or whatever, and he wears the same stuff to get pointed out.
Yeah, I know the kind. I've heard.
Yeah, he wears like this awful camo shirt every time.
there was a person with a very high resolution Brock Lesnar face in quite close as well.
That wasn't him. He was near Brock Lesnar guy. It's like that asshole clown. There's some guy that goes to every event dressed as a clown and nobody likes him because he acts like he's famous.
Well, clowns are assholes.
He's not. I don't think he's an actual clown. He just does it for attention.
Well, he's a clown in my heart. How about that? Do you have any notes on the actual wrestling?
Randy Orton gets hit by a brogue kick and Sheamus doesn't cover him. There's a long ass clover leaf before Orton gets to the ropes, and then Randy Orton hits an RKO out of somewhere and wins.
That was it was a pretty cool RKO. I don't know. I got excited.
It's kind of boring. What did you give this match?
I gave it a 2 out of 5.
I also gave it a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, it was. It was whatever.
Those two have. I think there's a contest running to see who can reach win number 100 over each other. Last time I checked the stats, I think Randy Orton has 65 victories over Sheamus, who only has 30 over him.
Isn't Randy Orton 85 years old though? He's been in the business for years.
No, he's in his mid-30s.
That seems younger for him.
John Cena's in his mid-30s.
Well, John Cena really needs to fucking, I don't know, get injured and sit a few months out or something.
No way.
Definitely. He needs to let down all his loyal fans and fucking contract something that just takes him out of the game for about 3 months would be nice. But after this,
wow.
There was an interview thing backstage with JoJo and Stephanie McMahon. She's fucking tiny.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Is she just always that small, or was it put on for some weird fucking, I don't know, they're weird at WWE?
I don't know. Tom Phillips does a thing where he crouches in all of his interviews to make the wrestlers look bigger than they actually are.
Yeah, that's what I thought they might have been doing, is just put Stephanie on a small podium or something. But no, fucking JoJo is tiny.
Puts herself on a podium.
Yeah.
But yeah, she came out and started talking about how she wants a revolution in the Divas division. It's fuck off.
They really need
seriously,
it. Let's be honest.
You've got fucking nothing to do with the women down in NXT, but now you're claiming credit because fucking feminism.
Yeah, well, they had a match in this pay-per-view we'll get to later, but I think it's good because they are making it more interesting. Whether or not they're stealing from NXT is kind of irrelevant.
No, it's not that they're stealing from NXT, it's that they're putting her face with it and claiming that she's
a woman, okay? She fought Ronda Rousey
she has a vagina,
WrestleMania.
Therefore she's responsible for fucking NXT women, clearly.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Stephanie McMahon.
Well, hey, you're meant to say fuck you to Stephanie McMahon, that's the point, so they're doing well.
She's not. No, when she's a bad guy, you're supposed to do that, but now she's suddenly a good guy.
Is she? This is why I don't watch Raw. I don't want to see this.
Yeah, now she's apparently a good guy because she's calling up all these NXT people. And she's trying to stop the fucking Bellas. It's why? This is the same person that said Daniel Bryan was a B+ player and tried to frame his fucking wife for cheating on him and shit like that.
Was it the last pay-per-view or Beast in the East where fucking Brie Bella started pulling out fucking bra stuffing in the middle of the ring?
I think that was the last pay-per-view.
That was a real good moment. A real great moment.
Yep.
So was the New Day. They were up next.
Yes, that's right. It's a new day. Fuck Stephanie McMahon. This is the WWE Tag Team Championship match between the Primetime Players, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, Ura, and the New Day, Big E and Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods.
They were pretty great on the mic before this match.
Yeah.
Fucking Big E doing the reaping thing with his arm. It's fucking dumb.
They really filled time. A match was pulled off the card and they really had to go out there, send the New Day, let them talk for 10 minutes.
They were good. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Oh man, Xavier Woods was amazing. Did you hear some of the stuff he was showing?
This was better than the actual match, I thought.
It was. Most of my notes on him shouting worst leg drop ever when Darren Young hit a leg drop.
Yeah. He kept right, so let's I'm going to confess, I didn't watch a lot of this match. I was more interested in throwing a ball across my living room for the dog. So you're going to have to shout this one.
Yeah, Darren Young spent most of the match in for the Primetime Players as Kofi Kingston and Big E kind of tagged in and out. At one point, Big E did that weird slap thing on Darren Young to the tune of New Day Rocks.
It was awesome and kind of weird, but awesome.
I love it. It's pretty good.
It's kind of creepy. I don't know. I feel like violated seeing it happen. Like, don't slap the dude.
They at one point, Xavier Woods shouts out "tricep meat" as Big E hits Darren Young.
Yeah,
he's just like, he's got that tricep meat.
Do you reckon he just comes up with it as he goes, or do you reckon he has to like fucking write this shit before he goes out there?
I don't know, but either way, he's great.
He is.
I don't have many notes on this other than Xavier Woods. So the finish was like this really awesome sequence between Kofi and Darren Young, which resulted in, I think, I think Kofi Kingston tags into Big E,
right?
Maybe because Darren Young hits the weird like gutbuster on Kofi Kingston, and then Kofi like bounces out of the ring. And then Big E comes in and takes out Darren Young, but then fucking Titus O'Neil comes in and pins Big E somehow.
Was that anywhere around the time when the fucking huge ass belly flop on Darren Young on the outside of the ring that looked super sore?
Oh yeah, that was like towards the end of the match as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked painful. I would not like Big E landing on me, especially not on the corner of a ring.
Yeah, there's some weird report going rounds that WWE are making their stars do more moves on the ring apron, which is the hardest part to kind of like. People are saying that it's a shot at Ring of Honor because that's kind of their thing.
Right.
But I don't think it is. I think it's just dumb that people are assuming that.
I mean, I just wish they would wrestle better in the ring, personally, but
yeah, I wish that this match ending made sense because I still don't know who was legal and who pinned who, really.
I missed
Either way,
the ending.
The primetime players win again.
Yeah, what are they doing with that?
I don't know.
Why
what
are they winning?
This match?
I gave it a 2 question mark out of 5. Because I gave a question mark because I'll be honest, I did not watch a lot of it.
I gave it 3 1/4.
Yeah. It could have been better. Like I say, I don't want to fucking cement my grade because I didn't watch a lot of it.
Speaking of could have been better, what did you think of Bray Wyatt against Roman Reigns?
Oh, it's better than Ryback.
My first note is just fuck in full capitals.
Mine is one of the commentators, I can't remember who, but said Bray was upset because the WWE universe has fallen in love with Reigns and they believe in him. So, think about that.
Wow. I think that this feud is just Vince McMahon saying fuck you to the fans. Like, have you noticed that this fat neckbeard in a fedora is trying to stop Reigns? Just like most of the fans that don't like Roman Reigns.
But it ended pretty coolly, I thought.
Really?
Yes.
Like, I don't have many notes for this. I have rant in brackets, which I want to get into. But my only notes are just, Roman Reigns gets thrown into the 900-pound steel stairs. Some guy in a hoodie comes out and attacks Roman Reigns. So Bray Wyatt wins.
There was a lot of fucking Bray Wyatt having like Roman Reigns in random holds and then fucking Reigns' muscles shaking and shit. I don't know. Why does he it looks so fucking dumb. Like, you'll just hold one arm up in the air and fucking shake it ridiculously for several minutes.
I'll admit, my stream died during this match, and I didn't give a shit about it enough to go back and watch it all again.
I have the words, "This is the worst," underlined in the middle of my notes. So, dwell on that.
Can I get into my rant here?
Yeah, let me just... Yeah, I don't really have a lot of good stuff for this, so yeah.
So, WWE kind of pander towards, I guess, in a way, like, not hardcore fans. They just kind of do it to casual fans or, like, new people watching. Like, they often pimp out, like, oh yeah, sign up for the WWE Network, watch this pay-per-view, you get it free for a month, whatever.
The people who like John Cena, for example.
If you were, an average fan, you can see why an average fan would like John Cena.
Yes.
You can see why an average fan would like Roman Reigns, for example, because, he's this big fucking good-looking Samoan dude with a cool tattoo on his arm.
He wears body armor, so that's cool.
Yeah. The problem I have with this is, if you're tuning into wrestling for the first time, like, most people already think wrestling's dumb, it's staged, it's fake, whatever. If this is your first time watching wrestling and you see a fat guy with a massive beard in a fedora beating up this super jacked up Samoan dude, you're going to be pretty confused of what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, as this match was going on, I just kept thinking to myself, why is this happening? Why is, like, it makes sense if you're a fan, you understand Bray Wyatt and his character and stuff, how he's this fucking evil fucking swamp guy who plays mind games with people.
It's pretty great.
But
he's pretty great.
Yeah, a lot of characters in wrestling are great. The problem is, if this is your first time watching wrestling, you know, you could be interested in Randy Orton and Sheamus, because they're both just, like, beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
The tag match could have been interesting.
No.
This match, it's like, why is this fat guy in just, like, fucking, you know, street clothes beating up this super jacked guy in this, like, army vest?
Yeah. Is there a story behind this beyond they needed to fill a match because no Ryback?
Well, if you remember the great match between Bray Wyatt and Ryback at some pay-per-view.
That was the last one, and I remember absolutely hating it.
Yeah, so did I. Whatever reason, Bray Wyatt decided to attack Roman Reigns because he's his feud of the month, and it had, like, multiple segments with him talking about Roman Reigns' daughter, and he would, like, Tipex out the eyes and mouth of Roman Reigns in pictures.
It's cool. That's cool.
It's fucking dumb. It's like, this makes no sense. Apparently WWE are like, they want this feud to be the one that they can go back to whenever they want throughout the year.
Great. Wonderful. Anything with Roman Reigns and you say go back to is like, oh.
Well, speaking of go back, apparently their big plan for SummerSlam is to have Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and originally it was supposed to be Eric Rowan reform the Wyatt family.
Yep.
But Eric Rowan is out injured, so apparently they're getting someone to replace him.
Bo Dallas.
I hope it's Bo, because that would be really cool.
I hope it's fucking not Bo Dallas.
I hope it's Fandango.
Oh.
Either way, yeah, it's going to be the Wyatt family, or the new and improved,
What if it's Solomon Crow?
That could be cool.
What if it's Solomon Crow? What if he brings the cyber to the Wyatts?
That would be cool.
It was never going to happen.
Well, apparently Bray Wyatt is great at that anyway, because he seems to hack into fucking the Titantron every week.
I really like that. So Luke Harper came out in a hoodie, fucking destroyed Roman Reigns or whatever. Is that what happened?
Yes.
Yes, and was revealed it was Luke Harper, and that excited me, because the only time I thought Wyatt was interesting was as the Wyatt family, which was before my time watching.
That's when they were all interesting, and they broke up.
Yeah. Is that like the Shield that way, where they were good? And
they were good, yeah, and then what happened when they broke up? Bray Wyatt kind of did nothing, and then feuded with The Undertaker and lost at WrestleMania. Luke Harper got interesting. He won the Intercontinental Championship at one point, and then he was in a WrestleMania ladder match for it, and Eric Rowan did nothing.
Yeah. Is Intercontinental Champion, is that still Ryback?
Yes, Ryback's still the Intercontinental Champion.
Why does he have that? Why?
Because he did it for that kid he met in the gas station, and he said that good guys win in the end.
Whatever.
Let me finish my story of what's happening at SummerSlam.
Go on.
So it's going to be the new and improved Wyatt family against... Are you ready for this?
Go. Oh, I can't wait if you're building it up this much.
Who do you think the three people that would face the Wyatt family are?
I don't want to say. You tell me.
Guess. Roman Reigns is in there. There's two more.
I hope you don't say Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose is in there. Who is the third man? Who would team up with former Shield members Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose to fight the Wyatt family?
Well, not Seth Rollins. I don't know.
Sting.
What? What?
Yep.
Why?
I've read that apparently WWE wants to pair Sting with Roman Reigns to stop him getting booed.
Fuck. Let's fucking shut this thing down. I don't want to fuck wrestling.
I think They don't understand where SummerSlam is. I think it's in like New Jersey or something, or like New York or something. So it's going to be full of people that will shit on Reigns regardless. He could descend from the rafters dressed up as like cosplaying Sting, and people would still boo him.
So really, you want to replace Sting with Enzo Amore?
Oh my god! Oh, I cannot wait for the NXT special because I think it's going to be Enzo and Cass against the Dubstep Cowboys again.
Are they going to win this time? Are they finally going to like fucking get rid of the Dubstep Cowboys?
I think they'll win this time.
I need to watch. I need to watch. I know Alexa Bliss joined with them, and I haven't watched any of that stuff.
Alexa Bliss is pretty cool with them.
She's fucking really cool. Anyway,
she's a firecracker. She has red hair now.
God, that's like. I know. I saw. She's cool. Got a great theme music.
What did you give Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt?
I gave it a 2 out of 5 again.
I also gave it a 2 out of 5.
Yep.
So the next match was put onto the card because Ryback got a staph infection in his knee, and so he was pulled from the match between him, The Miz, and Big Show.
Oh, what? I remember you telling me about this and hating the idea of it.
It's kind of ironic considering CM Punk claimed that Ryback injured him a bunch, and at one point CM Punk had a staph infection that none of the WWE medical team actually diagnosed him for, and he almost died from it, and all of a sudden Ryback gets one.
Yeah.
But so fucking Stephanie McMahon, savior of women throughout the globe, decided to put a triple threat divas match between Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Brie Bella on the card.
So just before this, there was an interview with Naomi Banks and Tamina Snuka with JoJo, and what was all that stroking JoJo about? That was real weird.
Yeah, I don't understand. I also don't. What does BAD stand for?
Wasn't it? It wasn't brilliant and beautiful, or brilliant and deadly, beautiful and deadly.
I don't know. Originally, when I read spoilers for like the SmackDown after they debuted on Raw, somebody was claiming that BAD stood for beautiful and dominating.
It was not dominating. But Tamina Snuka, she's a fucking dominant woman. It could well be.
Oh, yeah, I wish she could wrestle, though.
I know, so do I. She's so cyberpunk, you know? I wanted to fucking pull an Uzi out of her fucking vest or something.
So, yeah, this match, my first note is, why is Sasha coming out to this shit theme? She came out to Naomi's theme. Number 2, why is Charlotte coming out to Paige's theme? Then number 3, if this is a triple threat match, why don't all 9 of these women just go in and fight each other because there's no DQ?
Yeah, you've got a point there.
It was dumb.
I liked how there was no crowd reaction whatsoever to the Bellas entrance. I enjoyed that
fuck the Bellas, seriously.
I don't mean to be dismissive because I don't watch the fucking week by week wrestling. Who was the woman with Brie and Nikki in their trifecta?
Alicia Fox.
Never heard of her. Who is it? Is she good?
You don't watch enough Total Divas to know who Alicia Fox is.
I watch the right amount of Total Divas, which is none. And I never will.
Are we going to review Total Divas at some point?
It's actually, I'm more interested in watching that than I am in the pay-per-view, so maybe. I don't know, maybe.
There's totally like some achievements or trophies for the WWE app on Xbox and PlayStation to watch like 5 episodes of Total Divas.
Well,
we should do that.
Then we've got to then, haven't we? We should probably let's play that shit.
I really want the Ladies' Night achievement on my gamer card.
Saucy. That's what I come to wrestling.
Anyway, this match was basically fuck you Brie, get out and let Sasha and Charlotte do all the work.
Yep, that's my first note was Brie out, good, let NXT shine.
Yeah, they were pretty good together. Every time Brie got offense, it was met with boos.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Which was nice to see. What wasn't nice to see is, my note here is, why, fuck you Brie, bullshit stealing Bryan's move.
Yeah, I thought you did it better than that one time I've seen Daniel Bryan do it though.
You've seen him do it once, exactly.
Exactly, I've seen her do it once, hers was better.
Brie did the weird kick on Charlotte and Sasha when they were on their knees, and it was shit, and the fucking crowd started chanting no on every kick instead of yes.
I mean, she's bad, don't get me wrong, but, you know, they fucking sold it a little better than whoever it was with fucking Daniel Bryan.
The Bellas have been in the company for 8 years.
I'm more meant Sasha and Charlotte than the Bellas.
Yeah.
But so quite early on, the Sasha Banks did her fucking patented knee corner thing.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it was caught by Charlotte, which was pretty good. And then she reversed it, didn't she, and threw Charlotte into Brie in the corner?
Yeah, she did the double knee drop thing on both Brie and Charlotte, which is cool to see.
It's such a cool move. So cool.
It is, yeah. What isn't a cool move is at some point Brie kills her neck when she I think she's on the ring apron and she gets knocked off and she's supposed to fall into Nikki and Alicia Fox.
Yeah.
But she kind of falls over them and lands on her neck.
Yeah, she fucking dropped out. It was bad.
Yeah. At that point, Sasha Banks launches over the ropes at them, and Michael Cole shouts, launching himself over the ropes.
Oh god. There was
he also calls Sasha Banks Sasha Grey at some point.
Oh, really? How did I miss that?
He calls her Sasha Grey.
That's unbelievable. Maybe it was dubbed out of the actual recording I watched.
I can't wait for fucking WWE to take away the last name, like they do with everybody from NXT, so she's just Sasha, so Michael Cole doesn't make that same mistake.
So for the uninitiated among us, Sasha Grey is one of the finest now retired porn stars of the last generation.
No, she's a voice actor for video games, Kyle.
No, she had sex with a bear, and she had ponytails. It was the best. Moving on.
Yeah,
it's actually a really good video if you ever want to go and check that out.
No, stop. Let's move on to the end. Brie Bella taps out to the figure 8. Yeah. Charlotte wins.
This was a real good match, I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I liked that they just said fuck you, Brie, and let the NXT women do all the work.
And they did do all the work. They did a lot of that fucking weird... You know when they fucking almost grapple on each other and they ended up pinning one another in dumb holds? Yeah. That shouldn't happen because it's really painful to watch. But there was quite a bit of that. That was awesome. Quite a bit of Brie Bella being thrown out of the ring all the time.
Yep.
Over and over again. She had great pants though. Her pants were awesome.
I'm not a sexist pig like you, and I don't look at her for her body.
Well, I mean, there's two reasons I come to wrestling. One is Dolph Ziggler. The other one is Brie Bella's pants. And occasionally, fucking Tamina Snuka's awesome vests.
I've got to ask you this. Do you look at the women on Raw and shit for their bodies?
I don't watch Raw, but
well, I mean,
I don't watch wrestling women for that.
In general, when you watch the pay-per-views and you have fucking Paige or fucking the Bellas or whatever, do you look at them and see their bodies?
To a certain extent, but I look at the Bellas, Nikki Bella in particular, right? She has got the most boilerplate model figure, and it always annoys me, and I know it shouldn't, but it's I see her come out in a fucking weird boob wrap thing, fucking tassels and shit, and I'm this is just the worst, most pandering thing. But then, I wouldn't consider someone like Charlotte to be that model kind of person. She's more muscular, more athletic. She's not necessarily the classical beauty.
I don't mean in terms people look but it's the same for the males as well. But people look at the divas as sex objects because they come out barely wearing anything, and so do the men.
Yeah,
but
I mean, yeah.
When it comes to the difference between the main roster and the people the women down in NXT, I don't look at the women on the main roster for their bodies or whatever.
I look at Finn Balor for his body. I'll admit that right now.
I don't look at them for their bodies, but down in NXT, I especially don't look. I don't know. It's just something different about the two.
I think that's the idea though with the main roster ones, almost, isn't it? Nikki Bella wouldn't have been champion, I don't think, if she's been in every pay-per-view I've seen, pretty much. Whereas Tamina Snuka is a new one, for example. Why is that? I don't think either of them can wrestle particularly well, so you can't make that argument.
Yeah, I guess.
But I know what you mean. I think that's almost the idea behind them, but it's not something... I mean, look, every time we've done one of these, NXT divas have always been the most interesting wrestlers from my perspective.
Yeah. But I don't mean just in terms of wrestling. I don't know what it is. It's I could look at Paige and be yeah, I can see why people are attracted to her. She is fucking beautiful and shit. But then I don't even have those thoughts about women down in NXT. And that's not saying they're fucking ugly or anything. It's just
maybe it's because in NXT they actually do interesting shit with the wrestling as opposed to...
yeah, I think it's a respect thing.
Well, almost you've got nothing better to do but watch these two women fucking do really luxurious holds when this camera zooms in on her ass. in the main roster, which is exactly what they do. There's not a lot of shaking cameras in those matches. There's not a lot of interesting moves that require shaking cameras either, but, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's kind of why they're still there, and despite being shit for, like, years, you know, still around.
That's why people like fucking Summer Rae are still there.
Yeah, but...
what did you give this match?
I gave it a 4 out of 5, which I think is the highest main roster divas we've ever had from me.
I gave it 3.5.
It was good. I mean, I see what you mean about Brie Bella, but I thought she held her own pretty well in terms of being interesting.
I say fuck the Bellas.
Yeah, I've got respect for her after she pulled all that padding out of her bra in the last pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's what screams respect.
But the whole thing where she slid out from under the ring and then the ref apparently didn't recognize her, despite the fact they're not even wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
I love that. It's so dumb. It's so WWE. But yeah. It was a good match.
Are you ready for match of the night, which is my first note here? John Cena versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship.
I'm ready to hear what you thought about it, because I know what I think about this.
So, yeah, my first note is just match of the night incoming, followed immediately by shut up Cena. Once again, this is a Cena match, so you can hear him calling spots like within the first minute.
I like how they begun the commentary with talking about how they were disappointed that the WWE Universe is negative about Cena. And I can't remember which one it was talking about how that made him upset, one on the commentary team.
Well, that was the whole point when they started feuding, was like, John Cena was like, yeah, you can say I suck. Like, he was talking about how the chants go, let's go Cena, Cena sucks. And he was saying that instead it should be, let's go Cena, fight Owens, fight. And like, instead of saying, like, he sucks, they should be cheering for Owens, instead of just saying that Cena's bad.
Yeah, but I don't think it matters who Cena's with, it's a Cena match at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Which is the problem with John Cena.
I like that Cena hits his pay-per-view leg drop. They only think the only move he pulls out on pay-per-view special. And JBL quipped, "How many times do you see people kick out of that?"
Yeah.
All the fucking time, JBL. He hasn't won with a leg drop ever.
Yeah. There was a really hot DDT on Cena that looked super painful by Owens.
Yes, that's later on in the match. Hang on, we gotta go for
that was my first match note, I'm afraid.
John Cena goes to hit the 5 moves of doom, and like he does the you can't see me, goes to bounce off the ropes, and Kevin Owens just rolls out of the ring.
Yeah. Classic
And John
Owens.
Cena just looks back at the floor, and Kevin Owens is gone. It was really good, actually. Kevin Owens hits a senton onto Cena's knees, which looked really painful.
Yeah.
Owens hits the 5 moves of doom, goes for the AA, and gets reversed.
Yeah.
Cena hits an electric chair drop onto Kevin Owens, which is really cool.
No idea what that was.
It's where Kevin Owens was up on his shoulders and he dropped him backwards.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Then immediately my next note is just shut up Cena. So Cena was talking again. Cena goes for the springboard stunner, and it gets reversed into a German suplex, and then Kevin Owens hits the cannonball.
Yeah.
Cena hits the weird pin move where he kind of jumps up onto Kevin Owens' back and then does a flip.
Yeah, but the weird handstand thing.
Yeah, but he actually hit it, and it didn't look weird this time.
It looked good.
Yeah, it did. He then hits an AA and only gets a 2 count.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed when, Cena would jump out of a 2 count or whatever, and Owens really fucking shouts and curses like he means it, which I appreciate. Yeah. He looks like he really wants to destroy John Cena, which I can totally get behind. Yeah,
Kevin Owens is really good at emoting in matches and shit.
Yeah, and shouting shit at the crowd as well, which is nice.
Kevin Owens hits the top rope superplex, and he goes for the pop-up powerbomb, and John Cena reverses it into a Hurricane Rana, which surprised me.
Yeah.
He hits an AA, and then gets Owens into the STF, which Owens then gets out of.
Yeah. I fucking hate that. It's so dumb, that STF.
And now your move, the DDT. Now you can talk about your DDT.
I think the DDT that I was talking about happened earlier on, because it's fucking way past these notes that you've been talking about.
Are you talking about the one where John Cena lands on his head?
Yeah, but I think that was earlier on in the match, because I've talked about like the senton and the knees and shit. And,
oh, well, I missed.
There's no way that I went back a page in my notepad to write that back at the beginning. There's no way I did that.
Oh, I have here second rope DDT. Cena jumps from the second rope and hits a tornado DDT onto Owens.
Yeah.
So I missed the DDT where Cena lands just straight on his head. The camera even zooms in and you see him land like onto his forehead.
Oh, it was bad. I cringed. But whatever.
Yeah, it was.
Fucking needs to take it sometimes.
John Cena hits the springboard stunner again, and then when he goes to get Owens into the AA or whatever, he hits him into a brutal clothesline which just takes Cena's head off.
Yeah.
John Cena hits the second AA and only gets a 2 count. Kevin Owens hits a pop-up powerbomb and only gets a 2 counts.
That thing where he caught him mid-air, and it wasn't really a powerbomb, he just sort of caught Cena off the rope when he jumped at him, and he just sort of fell over.
Oh, and then like puts him behind him and drops him onto his back.
No, this was I think he was meant to like grab him in the air and then do like a fucking pop-up powerbomb or something, but he just sort of grabbed him and then fell over. I don't remember how late in the match that was though.
At one point, Cena jumps off and Kevin Owens hits him with just a normal powerbomb.
Could have been that might have been mentioning, but
now this is like I'm just going to talk about the end of the match unless you have anything else to say.
No.
So John Cena hits his super AA from the top rope onto Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens kicks out, and it's like, holy shit, this is like Cena's super move, and Kevin Owens kicks out.
Yeah.
And then John Cena gets Kevin Owens into the STF, and Kevin Owens taps out.
Yeah.
Big match John has done it again and won, and people are angry at this. Like, I can understand being angry that Owens tapped out. I can. Like, if John Cena had just pinned him, people would also be bitching. Like, I think everybody saw Kevin Owens winning this match, but he hasn't.
I don't think John Cena should win a single one against Kevin Owens because he's fucking bad. But
yeah, but it's John Cena.
And it's not surprising to me that it happened, but it always annoys me because it's like fucking...
Big match John did it again.
It's really bad.
Well, like,
really
listen,
boring.
Kevin Owens has been on the main roster for what, 3 months now?
Yeah, sure.
He's been in a feud with John Cena, the top guy in the company, and they've been putting on like constant 4-star matches. It's great, and now people are like, "Oh, John Cena made him tap out. John Cena's beat him again. Kevin Owens is now buried, and he's going to be in the mid card forever." It's like, look at what he did in this match.
Yeah,
he fucking kicked out John Cena's super move.
Problem I have is I think like we had the same problem with Rusev. I think Rusev was really good, but when you watch John Cena and anyone for about 3 months, every pay-per-view, it's like, it doesn't matter how good the matches are, it gets fucking boring. And,
Well, that's the problem where people are pointing out, like, look what happened to Rusev after John Cena beat him and then their feud ended.
Yeah.
What's Rusev doing now? He went and broke his leg, and now he's in some stupid love angle where he's watching his real-life girlfriend be cooked in front of him every week.
Yeah.
It's like, people are scared that Kevin Owens isn't going to go anywhere, but, like, I'm not sure what will happen to him now. Apparently WWE don't see him as a big star, or at least certain people backstage don't, from what I've read.
He doesn't have the big star look about him, does he?
No, that's just it. People are saying, as long as Vince is in charge, Kevin Owens won't be a big main eventer because he's overweight.
I believe that, but like, he's so fucking agile as well. Like,
yeah,
he's fucking
great. If you were building a wrestling company from the ground up, you would have him as one of your top stars. I mean, like people like Cesaro and Rusev and fucking Orton and shit like that.
I really used to doubt Kevin Owens because I had that, when I just started watching, it was after it was the first NXT special, the big one.
The first one you watched, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't really like him, but he's so fucking good. Actually wrestling, and he's pretty good on the mic. But yeah. But that fucking match, I know we didn't do a thing on Beast in the East because I didn't watch it till way later, so it would have been useless if we recorded anything. But that fucking match with Finn Balor was real fucking good.
That match was amazing.
I gave it 5 stars, which take as you will.
I gave it 4.5 to 5 stars. It was fucking great.
This fucking streamers, dude. Made me really happy. I was sweating that whole match watching it.
What did you give this match here at Battleground?
I gave it a 3 out of 5. I mean, I didn't have problems with the wrestling. It was just I'm fucking bored of it.
Yeah, I gave it 4. This match definitely wasn't as good as their first 2.
No.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, you're right. And what can they do?
The problem is, the first time they fought each other, Cena vs. Owens won. Everything they were doing was so new. It was like, holy shit, Owens kicked out of an AA. Holy shit, he hit a pop-up powerbomb and Cena kicked out. Oh, they're hitting the springboard stunner and like fucking sentons and even moonsaults and shit like that. It was just a surprise, and it was a fucking great match.
Yeah.
And then they fought each other at Money in the Bank, and it was like, oh look, it's the same sort of thing, but it's still really good.
Yeah, I just want to see. I think Kevin Owens is so great. I want to see him with other people doing that same kind of level of shit.
Yeah, I know you don't watch Raw, but the 2 weeks before this pay-per-view, Cena fought Cesaro.
Right.
Twice. He fought him once in what can easily be a 4.5 to 5-star match. It was fucking amazing.
I heard about this. I heard it was real good.
It was, and then they fought each other again, and it was just as good.
Yeah. So what's Cesaro doing now?
What's Cesaro doing? The Raw after Battleground, he teamed up with Randy Orton and John Cena against Sheamus, Rusev, and Kevin Owens.
That could be worse.
It's fucking awesome. The end of the match, like, Sheamus walks out on Owens and Rusev, and then Owens walks out on Rusev, leaving him to fight Cesaro, Cena, and Orton.
How did that go?
It ended with John Cena hitting the AA onto Rusev, which then Cesaro picks him up and does the swing, and then launches him into Randy Orton, who hits him with an RKO and pins him.
That sounds pretty great.
It was pretty good.
Was it the RKO from the swing?
No, he swings, stops, and then launches him over his head into Orton.
Alright. I was going to say, I would love to see him do a fucking swinging RKO, but I guess that wouldn't be physically possible.
I think it would with, like, Kofi Kingston or something, someone small and...
made for swinging, yeah.
Yeah.
Kalisto.
Yeah, fucking... Cesaro's weird, like, he's easily, like, top of the mid-card right now.
And going nowhere.
That's just it. It's like, what happened after WrestleMania 30? They paired him up with Paul Heyman as, like, trying to give him some push. And all Paul Heyman did every week was talk about Brock Lesnar. And Cesaro was just kind of there.
Brock Lesnar's pretty fucking cool.
Nowhere.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The way he screams his name is pretty great. Speaking of screaming names, The Miz came out to fill time.
Oh yeah, The Miz comes out and talks about how Rusev's injured.
He was really good. The Miz
Ryback
is really
injured.
Good.
I don't have any notes. All I remember is the Big Show comes down, punches him, and leaves.
So The Miz was chatting shit in the middle of the ring, saying about how he was great, because that's The Miz's thing. And he even made a fucking Big Show retirement joke. Said that he should do what everyone here wants him to do and fucking retire, which I thought was hilarious. And then, yeah, the Big Show came out, fucking punched him once, and walked off, which was perhaps the best thing the Big Show's done in months, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it was really good.
That was there instead of a fucking Ryback match, so whatever.
It was better than the match. So too was the Brock Lesnar replays.
Should we move on to the main event?
We should.
This is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match between Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar.
I've got a running count of suplexes every time one happened.
So do
I wrote it down.
So
do we count the one that landed, where he landed on his feet or not?
No, I
didn't.
Okay,
let's cross that out.
So, yeah, the champ comes out first, because of course, that's totally how it works. Not really. The match begins, and Rollins just tries to run away from Lesnar, who then hits him with German number 1. And then he hits him with German number 2.
Yep.
German number 3. Yeah. German number 4.
Yes.
German number 5.
Yes.
Rollins tries to run away, and Lesnar jumps over the barricade and drags him back to the ring.
Fucking throws him back over the barricade. It looked great. It's real good.
German number 6.
Yep.
Kevin Owens hits
I wish it was Kevin Owens.
Seth Rollins hits a multitude of super kicks onto Brock Lesnar, goes for the pedigree, which then Lesnar reverses and goes to hit him with an F5, which is reversed pretty quickly.
Yeah.
He then hits him with a normal suplex.
Yeah.
German number 8.
Yeah.
German number 9.
Yep.
German number 10.
Yep. And there was a scream in there. Remember Brock Lesnar fucking bellowing at him, which was real cool?
That's right. German number 11.
Yes.
German number 12.
There was a... Wait a minute. He did slap Seth Rollins in the face between 11 and 12.
Alright, there's a slap. Then German number 12.
Then there was a slap to Brock Lesnar's face by Seth Rollins.
Then German number 13.
Yep.
And then Brock Lesnar decides that he's had enough playing with his food and goes to hit the F5.
Yeah.
Hits the F5, goes for the pin. 1, 2, gong.
So awesome.
Lights go out. Lights come back. The fucking Undertaker is in the ring.
He looks fucking ridiculous. So old. Like, it looks like they pulled him out of a swamp in Louisiana for this one match.
So, you know the guy that I talked about last pay-per-view who was on Reddit talking about the spoilers and it's all been true so far?
Yeah.
Well, basically, Reddit has run him out because people were sending him, like, death threats and shit.
Right.
So he's left now, so there'll be no more spoilers from him.
Why did they run him out? Isn't that the whole point of it?
I don't know. People were just, like, I guess, pissed off at him for, like, posting spoilers, even though they were clearly marked, like, spoilers for Battlegrounds. And, like, it was, like, spoilers for Battlegrounds, big name returning.
Did they, like, feel that he was somehow responsible for shit matches by predicting them or something?
No, he would just post, like, big spoilers that would happen, and a few days before he made a post saying that he was leaving, he was like, yeah, big spoilers for Battlegrounds, read at your own risk. I, of course, read them, and he was like, yeah, there's big news happening at Battleground, and, like, the first comment was like, oh god, Sheamus is cashing in, isn't he? And his reply was like, no, but, the dead man returns.
Yeah.
And then what happens? The fucking dead man, the Undertaker, returns at Battlegrounds.
He looks ridiculous. What is he doing? He looks fucking insane.
Is it just because he doesn't have long hair? Like, that's the, like...
He looks like he's been hit by, like, a fucking thunderstorm before he came on stage. His hair's sticking out everywhere. He's fucking... He's trying to look intimidating, and I just think he looks like kind of like a joke. I don't know if you get any
I don't know. If I saw the Undertaker, I'd be scared.
I'd be like, fuck, he's going to run into an old people's home and rape someone. He's terrifying for a whole other... He should not be fucking... He should wear a hat and maybe a trench coat at all times.
So I was drinking watching this, playing the drinking game, because that's what I like to do now, apparently, drink.
Yes, you do.
And,
it's always healthy.
Mm-hmm. When the Undertaker's music hit, my exact reaction, I remember, was screaming, oh, fuck!
Yeah.
And then I sat there wide-eyed, like, my mouth open, just looking at the screen, even though I fucking knew he would be there from the spoilers.
Yeah. It was real good.
The Undertaker hits a chokeslam, and then a tombstone, and then another tombstone, and then he leaves.
Paul Heyman screamed, oh my god, really loudly in the middle of it. It was pretty great.
The pay-per-view ended 15 minutes early.
Yeah. I remember watching it, and I'm like, they've only got 13 minutes left on the clock for this fucking... the main event match. But...
Well, that's it, like... I had read about the whole Sting returning, and I thought Sting would show up and attack Taker, and that's why there was 15 minutes left. But no, Taker just walks out and leaves.
I almost feel offended by this, because I feel Brock Lesnar shouldn't be beaten by anyone, including The Undertaker.
Well, that's just it. They've built Brock Lesnar up as this unstoppable monster, and, Roman Reigns was going to be the one to beat him, but then that didn't fucking happen, thank God. The Undertaker is the only person in kayfabe strong enough to defeat Lesnar.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, because you don't want to have Rollins give up the title yet, I guess.
No, because then Brock Lesnar will have it for another year and a half, or half a year, and he'll never be on TV.
I watched that fucking the Cadillac clips. That was pretty great. Yeah,
that was
I guess it's fair, but...
That was 1 week he'd been on Raw in 2-3 months.
It was a pretty good week, though, let's be honest. It wasn't as good as the F5 and Michael Cole, but...
That was pretty good.
That's maybe the highlight of the year for me.
Yeah. But it's The Undertaker's the only one in kayfabe strong enough to defeat Lesnar.
Yeah.
He appeared on Raw afterwards and said that he's returned because for over a year now, Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar have just been talking about the streak ending, And he was like, yes, streaks are meant to be broken, but you're being a little bitch talking about all the time, so I'm coming here to kill you now.
Yeah.
And then Paul Heyman had a thing in the ring where he basically had his rebuttal and said, yeah, Lesnar will fight you at SummerSlam. And then The Undertaker just appeared out of nowhere and went to attack Heyman, and Brock Lesnar ran down to the ring, and then they had a 20 to 30 minute brawl where the two were held apart by security and wrestlers.
Was it good? Was it good brawl?
Yeah, it was really good. It lasted for a long time. It lasted for a while. It even went backstage, and like at one point, like Brock Lesnar just like throws a table out of the way and then jumps onto this pile of wrestlers holding back the Undertaker.
Yeah.
And fucking Brock Lesnar gets taken away by security, and like they're just surrounding him. It's like, 6 or 7 security guys all stood around him going like, calm down, Brock, calm down, and shit like that. And then there's R-Truth next to him,
What?
and he's like, calm down, Brock, it's gonna be okay.
Why?
I don't know.
For any reason?
Lesnar just like takes his shirt off, and then he gets his hand put in cable ties and taken away.
It's cool. Should have snapped the cable ties.
I thought he was gonna do that.
That would have been... Maybe that's next week's Raw or something.
Yeah.
That sounds real good, actually.
What did you give this match, by the way?
I gave it a 4. I was impressed by the number of suplexes.
Wow, I gave it 3.
I can't not love Brock Lesnar in the ring. Like, all he does is destroy, and it hasn't gotten old yet.
Yeah.
So, it's because he's so cool when he does it, you know? It's like he doesn't wait, just fucking suplex. I mean, there was times during this match where he wasn't even like letting go off Rollins.
He was kind of just Amigos. It was good.
Yeah, before he had stopped skidding, he was just picking him up again and going for another one. It was great.
Did you see that first German where Seth landed like on the back of his neck?
Really
and
bad.
Looked like he died.
Yeah. I thought about that because they fucking bend when they land if they do it badly as well, don't they? So it's like,
yeah.
But whatever, it was awesome. It was cool.
Yeah, it was alright.
Not as good as the Divas match.
Lesnar Taker at SummerSlam.
Yeah. I really want to... This is like never going to happen. It's completely dumb, but I really want to see like fucking Brock Lesnar and like Finn Balor or something. I want to see Brock Lesnar take a fucking coup de grace to the face.
I want to see Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan, and I want to see Brock Lesnar and Cesaro.
You're crazy. Cesaro,
no, it would be
but
I've said this before. Brock Lesnar and Daniel Bryan should have been WrestleMania 31.
Daniel Bryan is the Luke Skywalker of wrestling, and I hate it.
It would be the perfect David and Goliath.
Yep.
Because when you think about it, yeah, he may not be the toughest or the strongest or the best looking, but everybody's behind him.
But why though? Like,
because he's a great wrestler, he's a great guy.
Yes,
there's
sure.
just
Absolutely.
Something about Daniel Bryan that's amazing.
We're never going to see either of this because I like the assholes, and that's about it.
I like the bad guys too, but I don't know. When I started watching wrestling for the first time in years at WrestleMania 30, I had no idea who Daniel Bryan was. I then later discovered that he was one of those nerds in the original NXT, and he got fucking kicked out and fired for choking somebody back then.
Nice.
And then just watching, it just took me one match to realize how fucking great he is.
Yeah, I'm sure, like I said, I haven't watched him. I'm sure he's fine, but he reminds me of Luke Skywalker, and fuck that.
It's hard to explain. It really is.
I'd need to see it. You know, it's probably like the Kevin Zone thing. I doubted him, and then after watching his matches of him being amazing, he's fucking great.
I definitely think it is the wrestling that, like, I sent you that wrestling isn't wrestling video, right?
Yeah, yes you did.
Where it talks about the history of Triple H, and then towards the end it talks about his like current stature in the WWE, and it has that little bit on Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, yeah.
And that describes it perfectly. There's something about that guy that you just get behind. It's like, I guess in a way you can see yourself in him. At least I can, you know, I'm never going to be fucking the size of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
But you see Daniel Bryan and it's like, fuck, I can get behind this guy.
No, I see myself in the shoes of the cameraman, fucking like, this looks awful, we need to shake this camera, fucking hide the bad punching.
God.
That's the only role I see myself in.
You're the next Kevin Dunn.
I am. Fucking shake these cameras up. The wrestling isn't good enough on its own.
Put grease on the lens, make it more cinematic.
Yeah, or paint the entire ring yellow, because fucking NXT's great.
Yep.
It's hottest. So are we going to be back for the next one? When is that?
Yes, the next one is NXT TakeOver Brooklyn on August 22nd, and then SummerSlam on August 23rd.
I can't wait for one of them. See if you can guess which.
I'm sure you're talking about Ring of Honor.
Absolutely, yes. I like to see those.
Fucking Warzone Destroy. I don't know. Ring of Honor have really cool names.
Yeah. They do sound pretty great. Are Ring of Honor good? I've only seen a couple of their matches and clips.
I've never watched Ring of Honor.
Do they have any names anymore, or have they all been stolen by NXT?
They've got Adam Cole, maybe.
Who? Sounds like
and
a footballer.
They have the Young Bucks.
I thought they were. On Ring of Honor, like quite close with New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, it's like every wrestling company other than WWE have some sort of like relationship with other wrestling companies. They share talent.
Fucking Thunder Liger, dude. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait for Jushin Thunder Liger. I've only seen him wrestle once, and that was at Wrestle Kingdom 9, I want to say.
We need to watch some Japanese wrestling. We say this every time, but next Wrestle Kingdom, we're going to be there. It's going to be hot.
You never watched that match I sent you, did I?
Again, it's...
Or did you? Between Nakamura and Tanahashi? No, it wasn't Tanahashi.
Okada?
It might have been Okada, I don't remember.
There was a match. Was that the match with the really cool, sick entrance in Wrestle Kingdom? Because I've watched that entrance thousands of times.
Swagsuke came down in a crown.
Yeah. He looks like a Dynasty Warriors character, and his music is spot on. It's fucking great.
At Wrestle Kingdom 9, it was Shinsuke Nakamura against Kota Ibushi.
Never heard of her.
The main event was Hiroshi Tanahashi against Kazuchika Okada.
I recently started following Nakamura on Twitter, and he doesn't post a lot, but occasionally it's just pictures of one dude and the word romance. I don't understand the context, but it's great. Yeah,
I saw him post something today, and it was like a picture of him from some magazine, and he's holding like some weird rainbow scarf.
Cool.
It looks like something out of the 80s. It's awesome.
Well, Japan is in many ways out of the 80s.
Yeah.
And it'll that do us for today?
Yes, that'll do us. Join us next time for NXT and then SummerSlam.
Adios.